Hey everyone, welcome back to the Compound Family, the channel where we break down complex investing ideas in a way that actually makes sense for regular investors. Before we get into today's deep dive, I want to give a huge shout out to everyone who has subscribed, liked our videos, and left comments. Seriously, it means the world to us, and it is you who keeps this channel going. If you are new here, hit that subscribe button and the bell icon so you never miss an episode. Today, we are looking at one of the most iconic businesses on the planet, a company so embedded in global culture that roughly 72 million people walk through its doors or drive through its windows every single day. We are talking about McDonald's Corporation, NYSE ticker, MCD. We have the brand new Q1 2026 earnings report, McDonald's latest investor overview deck, and we will run a full valuation, DCF, reverse DCF, and a Monte Carlo simulation, all available on our website, thecompoundfamily.com. Links in the description and the pinned comment. Let's go. Let's start with the basics. What is McDonald's in 2026? Because a lot of people think they know this company, but most underestimate how sophisticated the business model actually is. McDonald's is not primarily a restaurant company. Yes, there are over 45,000 locations in more than 100 countries. Yes, they serve roughly 72 million customers every single day. But here is the key insight. McDonald's is fundamentally a real estate and franchise business that happens to sell hamburgers. About 95% of McDonald's restaurants worldwide are owned and operated by independent franchisees. McDonald's often owns or leases the land and building, then subleases it back to the franchisee. This gives the company a stable, predictable revenue stream tied to a percentage of sales. Regardless of whether a specific restaurant is having a great quarter or a tough one, McDonald's operates under three global segments. First, the US market, the largest in terms of system-wide sales. Second, international operated markets, or IOM, 19 plus countries including Australia, Canada, France, Germany, and the UK. And third, international developmental licensed markets, or IDL, 75 plus markets including Brazil, China, and Japan, where local partners provide most of the capital. McDonald's reported Q1 2026 results on May 7th, 2026. Let me give you the headline numbers and then we will go deeper. Global comparable sales grew 3.8% in the quarter. That is important because comparable sales, or comps, measure sales at restaurants open at least 13 months. It strips out the noise of new openings and tells you what the existing base is doing. System-wide sales, which includes all restaurants whether company-owned or franchised, rose 11% in reported dollars, or 6% in constant currencies, to over $34 billion for just one quarter. Think about that. Over $34 billion in a single quarter. Consolidated revenues hit $6.517 billion, up 9% year over year. Operating income was $2.953 billion, up 12%. Net income came in at $1.983 billion. Diluted EPS was $2.78, up 7%. Breaking down comps by segment, the US grew 3.9%. Impressive given the tough macro backdrop for lower-income consumers. International operated markets also grew 3.9%, led by the UK, Germany, and Australia. And the IDL segment grew 3.4%, led by Japan. One thing worth noting, results included $47 million in pre-tax restructuring charges related to a program called Accelerating the Organization. Strip those out and operating income grew 11%. EPS was $2.83. So the underlying business is clean and growing. Also notable, loyalty program system-wide sales were over $9 billion just for Q1 and $38 billion for the trailing 12-month period across 70 markets. McDonald's digital ecosystem is becoming a serious competitive moat. Now let us talk about why McDonald's is genuinely special as a business. McDonald's describes its model as a three-legged stool: franchisees, suppliers, and employees. The balance of interests among all three is what makes the system resilient. The franchise model works like this. McDonald's typically owns or controls the real estate. The franchisee pays for equipment, staffing, and operations. McDonald's collects rent, often tied to a percentage of sales, plus a royalty. This means McDonald's revenue is largely asset-light and linked to top-line sales, not restaurant-level profitability. Even if a franchisee struggles with margins, McDonald's still earns royalty income. In 2025, the global franchise margin was 84.2%. Company-operated restaurant margin was just 14.7%. This is by design. McDonald's deliberately keeps a small number of company-owned restaurants to test innovations and maintain operational expertise, while the franchise engine generates incredibly high margin royalty and rent income. The Accelerating the Arches strategy drives everything. There are 3 growth pillars. M for marketing, including McValue and McSmart affordability programs. C for core, protecting the Big Mac, McCrispy and other hero items. And D for the 4 Ds, digital, delivery, drive-through, and development. In 2025, loyalty members generated $37 billion in system-wide sales. The digital flywheel is real. One more thing that separates McDonald's: the supply chain. The company is widely considered to have the most integrated, efficient, and innovative supply system in the entire food service industry. That scale advantage is almost impossible to replicate. Now let us get into the valuation. All models are available on our website, thecompoundfamily.com/valuation, and on the MCD stock page at thecompoundfamily.com/stock/MCD, link in the description. For our base case DCF, we use the following assumptions. Running this model gives us an intrinsic value estimate of approximately $250 per share, right around where the stock is trading today, at roughly $279. Based on this model, the stock looks fairly valued to slightly undervalued in the base case. In a bull case, 7% near-term growth, fair value rises toward $360. Bear case, 3% growth, higher rates. Fair value drops to around $170. The reverse DCF is one of our favorite tools. Instead of predicting the future, we ask, if the market is pricing MCD at $279, what growth rate is already baked in? What does the market believe? Using our reverse DCF model at a current price of $279, a WACC of 7%, and a 3% terminal growth rate, the implied free cash flow growth rate is approximately 3.5% to 4% per year over the next decade. Given that McDonald's has just posted 6% constant currency system-wide sales growth in Q1 2026, and analysts are projecting 7% EPS growth for the full year, the market appears to be pricing in quite conservative growth. That is potentially good news for long-term investors. In other words, if McDonald's continues to execute at even a modest pace above what the market expects, there should be a meaningful re-rating higher. Our Monte Carlo simulation runs 10,000 scenarios randomizing the key inputs: revenue growth, FCF margin, discount rate, and terminal growth rate. We use correlated variables and historical volatility to make the distribution realistic. The results for MCD over a 5-year horizon with reinvested dividends. Base case $235. The dividend adds meaningful value here. McDonald's has raised its dividend for 49 consecutive years and currently yields approximately 2.8% at current prices. Add that to 5 to 8% capital appreciation, and you are looking at a total return profile of 8 to 11% annually in the base case. Not spectacular, but remarkably consistent for a business this size.
Who are McDonald's competitors, and can any of them replace it?
Main direct competitors include Yum! Brands, Yum!, KFC, Taco Bell, Pizza Hut, Habit Burger. Over 63,000 locations in 155 countries. Yum's advantage is its Taco Bell and KFC brands, but it lacks McDonald's brand recognition and drive-through dominance. Restaurant Brands International, QSR. Burger King, Tim Hortons, Popeyes, Firehouse Subs. Burger King is the most direct beef burger competitor but has struggled with traffic trends in the US. Shake Shack, SHAK. Premium fast casual player, growing rapidly but with far lower scale and no franchise royalty engine. Wendy's, WEN. Number 3 in US burgers. Historically strong in value, but has not matched McDonald's digital and loyalty investment. Chipotle, CMG. Fast casual Mexican. Different menu but competing for the same consumer budget. Chipotle has an exceptional unit economic story. Can anyone replace McDonald's? The honest answer is no in the near term. The combination of real estate ownership, global supply chain integration, brand recognition, and now a 210 million user loyalty platform, is a near impossible moat to replicate. That said, fast casual disruptors, health trends, and changing consumer preferences are long-term structural risks. Key risk investors must understand. Consumer spending pressure. Lower income consumers are under real pressure from inflation and high interest rates. Q1 2026 comps were positive, but a further consumer slowdown could hurt traffic. Currency risk. About 70% of adjusted operating income is in international currencies. A strong US dollar is a consistent headwind. High debt load. McDonald's carries approximately $40 billion in debt, with a debt-to-EBITDA of 2.7 times and investment-grade ratings from S&P and Moody's. This is manageable, but it is meaningful leverage. Franchisee health. McDonald's success depends on franchisee profitability. If franchisees struggle, they pull back on reinvestment and maintenance. Regulatory risk. Minimum wage increases, food safety regulations, and environmental requirements all create ongoing cost pressure. Geopolitical risk. Operations across 100-plus countries create exposure to conflicts, sanctions, and political instability. The Russia exit in 2022 was a material event. Let me give you the honest bull and bear cases. Bull case. The loyalty program reaches 300 million-plus active users by 2027, turning McDonald's into a first-party data powerhouse. International unit expansion, targeting 50,000 restaurants by end of 2027. Accelerates comps and royalty income. Beverages category grows into a $100 billion opportunity. McCafe becomes a genuine Starbucks competitor in key markets. Chicken category share gains continue. McCrispy and McSpicy become billion-dollar brands globally. Digital ordering reduces service times and increases check averages. Bull case price target, $350 in 12 months. Bear case. Consumer recession hits lower-income customers hardest, driving traffic declines in the U.S. Strong U.S. dollar continues to erode international earnings in reported terms. Rising labor costs squeeze franchisee margins, causing underinvestment in restaurant quality. A major food safety incident like the E. coli outbreak of 2024 can cause rapid, significant traffic declines. Interest expense rises further as debt is refinanced at higher rates. Management expects 4 to 6% increase in 2026. Bear case price target, $170.
So, after all of this, what is our verdict on McDonald's as an investment right now?
McDonald's is what we call a Tier 1 compounder. It is not going to be a 10-time stock, but for investors who want to sleep well at night, holding that pays and grows a dividend, has enormous competitive advantages, and compounds at 8 to 11% total return annually. McDonald's deserves serious consideration at current prices, at $279 per share. The stock trades at roughly 23 times forward earnings, a modest premium to the market, but one that is justified by the quality of the franchise model, the predictability of cash flows, and the 49-year dividend growth streak. Our reverse DCF shows the market is pricing in only about 3.5 to 4% growth annually. McDonald's is currently growing faster than that. That gap is where the opportunity lies. As always, this is not financial advice. It is educational analysis. Do your own research, size positions responsibly, and think long-term. You can run your own valuation models at thecompoundfamily.com/valuation and see the full MCD stock page at thecompoundfamily.com/stocks/MCD. Links in the description. Thank you so much for watching. If this video added value to your investing journey, please hit the like button. It genuinely helps the channel reach more people. Subscribe if you have not already. And drop your McDonald's price target in the comments. We read every single one. See you in the next one. Stay patient, stay disciplined, and keep compounding.